The United States now has the highest divorce rate in the world.
The divorce rate among baby boomers has increased dramatically by more than 50% in the past 20 years.
As the economy improves, divorce filings are picking up.
The biggest change that's taken place in education actually has nothing to do with schools, but everything to do with what's happened to the family in the last generation.
There are about 27 million kids right now growing up in fatherless homes.
Children from fatherless homes are 4 times more likely to commit suicide, 7 times more likely to become teenage mothers, 24 times more likely to run away, 6 times more likely to be in a state institution.
516,000 children are in foster care. 70% of those who age out will end up on the streets or in jail.
Every other day there's a kid stabbing somebody, shooting someone, beating somebody up.
If you want to be a man, this is what you do. You kill other people, you join a gang, you get somebody pregnant.
Robbery, sexual abuse, and assault are all on the rise.
His father died of a heroin overdose when D'Angelo was 9.
Sexual assault is on the rise.
We have this enormous father absence crisis.
Is polygamy really that big of a deal?
When you watch the news and read the headlines, it's easy to despair, to have hopelessness. And when we look at the high divorce rate and the number of kids growing up in fatherless homes, we certainly should be concerned and we should have a heavy heart for what we're seeing. But you know what? We can still have hope. Who's going to bring that hope? I think it's the Christian community. I think it's God's design for family that will bring the hope for this culture. You know, Jesus said, in this life you're going to have trial and tribulation, but be of good cheer, for I've overcome the world. And through that knowledge, God's knowledge, we can find a way back to God's design for the family.
Family is very important. We've got this entire society where we're seeing a lot of breakup, and as we start bringing health back to the family, we start seeing transformation, and many, I believe, millions of lives can be touched by this project.
What got me interested in the project was I'm a dad. I got 3 girls. I'm a guardian for a little boy who's 11 years old, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I need the tools necessary to protect and help my family thrive.
We're going to create a feature film, a documentary that lifts up God's design for the family and hopefully bring to the culture an aspirational view of why God's design for family is the best design. We're going to follow that with a curriculum that's going to guide people through the understanding of why God designed family the way that He did. We're calling the curriculum the Family Project and working with Empower Pictures to pull it all together.
Well, the reason Empower is interested in this particular project is our whole goal is to empower the family, to empower not only the artist but the audience to make positive change in the culture. And I look at this project as where else do we need help if it isn't the family? It's the basic building block of society.
I'm a creative person by nature and a storyteller. And what excites me the most about a project like this is how can we get the audience emotionally involved? How can we get them to sink their teeth into not just statistics and not just facts, but to really be moved by some of the things we're about to say in this project.
Scene 1, take 1. We want to recast a vision for family. And to do that, it is an ambitious project. We're going to spend about $5 million to pull this off. And I can sit here and beg that you would support this, but can I appeal to a different approach? Can I simply say, will you stand with us to stand for God's design for the family? If you will pray for us and if you will consider supporting us, this project will be something that we'll look back on and say, that began to change the tide for family around the world.
We know an architect who can bring us back to the original design for family. He can equip us and guide us in our journey to preserve our families. And in His grace and truth, no matter what our family circumstances are today, can bring us back to a place of hope. I'm Tim Siserich, here in my native home of New Zealand. And if we have to go to the ends of the earth to bring those truths to light, then let's do it.